folks, this is Darth Rabbit 07 coming at you tonight with one more Transformers United quick review. Those that have been following me know that I am really excited to get Windblade on the turntable. I've been talking about her the last two videos. So let's get to the homework. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thank you again for watching my channel. Really do appreciate all you that have subscribed. Help me carry over the 1,000 mark. I'd like to get to 2K next, and we'll get there sometime. So let's turn this around in the meanwhile and get a look at Windblade from the Transformers United Wave 1. And there she is on the turntable. The lady of the hour didn't need no turtle power. We got the look at the side of the box there. We got to look at the back of the box. She goes from robot mode to jet mode in 16 steps and back again. The one sheet, no QR code, and pause and scan here. For those looking in other markets, I hope this helps you guys find it. Or if you like to do this search in brick and mortar. I didn't. Amazon made Christmas come early. Thank you again for quick shipping to Amazon. Let's crack her out of that box and see how cool she really is, guys. And there's Windblade on the turntable, guys, looking magnificent for her Cyberverse form. I've not watched anything on the Cyberverse, and of course this thing's going to fall over when I get the camera going here live. So let me just get this a little bit adjusted here. Maybe we can do a spin around and see those side profile. We got our sword in on our hilt there, and that thing is awesome. I love the way this looks. I love the way it turned out. Turned out better than I thought. And the Titan's Return was my favorite, and I can tell you with this robot mode, this is already my favorite robot mode for Windblade, hands down. Just something about it does it for me. The only thing I see that's lacking is that this is not lacking on this side, and it's silver here, with the lack of silver there. That's so painful because everything else is beautifully painted on this figure. As we go in here and look at the details real quick and see that face, she's got that awesome face. There's two accessories. This is one of the two right here. It fits in on the back of her head. The little tab spot there, you can just pick it off. I can't pick it off on camera because I'm not that talented, and it's in there pretty good. So I mean, it's not going anywhere. And then her Windblade flame sword that is right there on her side. It can go on either side with that little port there, or you can even key it in on the back with the flight stand hole there too. Really awesome, spectacular. And we'll go ahead and get into that head articulation. You got all the way around on the head there, and if you dip down, you can look down that far, you can look up that far. The collar does get in the way of the head articulation. You can go all the way, oh, is it all the way out? Nope, it ain't gonna let me go all the way out. You can get up that far with the T-pose. Looks like she's trying to do the crane technique a little bit there. You can take the sword off. I'll set it aside a second. We'll look at that detail in a minute. You can get all the way out the side there to get the full van damage. It's more natural for the ladies to do that anyway. And then you can go up this high. You can go back that far. You get this much in the knee, upper thigh swivel. You get a gratuitous amount of ankle tilt, and I do believe all the way around the waist. I like it when a bot can spin all the way around the waist. The waist articulation, check. And you do get wrist swivel with the mushroom peg on the wrist. You get upper bicep, you can spin there. You get elbow, but it's not quite 90 degrees, and I don't know why that's a thing, but definitely pinned in, so it ain't gonna come flying off, hopefully. You got a peg that's gonna get in the way of any of the backward movement alongside the wings there. So you can get up that far like that. You can go back this far this way, but that's okay. I just wish that when it's a sword bot, folks are able to do the sword poses and what have you. But yeah, that looks really cool. And speaking of that sword, we'll get that blade off the top of her head here in a minute, but I just want to take a look at that flame sword. It looks so good. If I'm not mistaken, this part ignites and then poof, you got your wind blade. right there. Boom. Yeah. It's I want to say it's clear plastic because the way that is there, and it's painted black, and or I don't know, maybe all that clear plastic, and then it's painted black and purple, but you can still see it through that purple pretty good there on the blade itself. So there's that, and those details on the legs look super good. This is like one of those. This is the character that everybody voted on what to do, and this is definitely her best rendition here thus far in robot mode. Really clean looking. I like it a lot, detailed nicely. And so we've done all the articulation and all that stuff. Let me get her in a couple of poses. Real quick before the poses, I just wanted to show off that fan blade that's in her hair, and kind of like Katana's thing, but Cybertronian and really nicely detailed. That thing really does peg in good on the back of the head, thankfully. So I'm going to try to get her in poses now with this also in there. Got her in a fairly wide pose, and she does pretty good with it. Looks like she's drawing it out of the back of her jet mode there, or jet cockpit thing. But really slick. And you can get a two-handed pose sorta there, looking very Jedi there, and then she wants to fall down. But very cool. All in all, I like what I see here. And try one other pose real quick. It's almost like she gets in her own way when you go to pose, but you can get a couple of elegant, poses there. I like this underswung deal here, which that the articulation that is there on the figure actually accommodated that better. Not accumulate, accommodate it better. I didn't even try to vector those fans there on her wings. I'm gonna try to do that next. The little blade fan about the Titan's return one was what was my favorite thing to do there, to just simulate those flight poses there. But if you had some thrust effects in a flight stand, you could definitely get that flight pose going on, and have her like coming up with a big slice up through something there. But yeah, that's what I can do with it in my flight standless thing. I really do think flight, or even the characters, could benefit from having some flight stands, especially if they give them the ports to do that. Boom, and then there you go. That's about going to do it for her robot mode. Before we go into the jet mode and take a look at her, I want to get some comparisons here. I don't have any of the Cyberverse figures, so we'll just do the Wave 1s just to let you see how they stack up together there. In 3, 2, 1, and here's Windblade with Core Class Snarl, Animated B, Magnius, Chase, that Prime guy, and Thundertron. That's the Wave 1 I have so far. Megatron didn't make it before Christmas, but that's okay. I'll get him shortly after Christmas, and hopefully Tigerhawk won't be too far behind there. And I really do like what I see thus far, the range of colors, because I thought we had a lot of blue there at the beginning, and then we went some red there. Yellow and brown's kind of sticking out along with the gray and dark gray. Here's a look at the team all together, side profile, somewhat from the back, your port side, and on to the front. So let's get her converted and go through her jet mode, and then do some alt mode comparisons. 3, 2, 1, and I gotta say, in jet mode, she is slick, guys. Oh my gosh. Really nice. Let's take a look at that profile that way. Just really awesome. Still do the vectoring of the turbines there. Really clean how this thing folds up into her jet mode. It's like a better version of the Titan's Return, and it's got little landing stabilizers that can be wings, I guess, or whatever, more vectoring stuff. She's full of wings and blades and stuff. When she's Windblade after all. So we got some vectoring going on there. You can do those little takeoffs like that if you need to. Just vertical takeoff is good to go. She's got the thrusters there in the back. You can do a flame effect there and have her vectoring out through there. The only thing I don't like about it, just like the Titan's Return, is the visible hands going on. I feel like this should have been a Voyager class size figure. And she's a very small deluxe as well. So, yeah. It does got weapon storage of the sword. Just like the old classic, you can stick it up underneath there and peg it in that way. And you have like a short contrail coming out of the back there, flame effect, however you see fit. But the other way it says to do is to peg it to the back end here. Let me get that set. And so this is how it says to do there. Get it, the little dots lined up there, and you got a thrust effect there. So she's very swooshable no matter what. Made for definitely smaller hands than mine. And anyway, I really do like this figure a whole lot. I love jet formers in general, and I like that this one had a lot of input to get her to where she is today. And it looks really, really awesome all together. So with that said, let's get her stationed here with her wave mates real quick in vehicle mode. And first up, we're going to get Snarl up first, or Snarl, listen at me. Kid, Tasmanian Kid from Beast Wars is second. There's Kid, and then we're going to get B. And once we get B, we're going to get Chase. There's Chase, Magnus, Prom, and Thundertron, all on the turntable here for you today. Looking crazy good as a group, but she definitely needs like a flight stand, and we'll do a little spin just to kind of show them all off. That's the wave one thus far in vehicle mode or alt mode, however you want to say it. I do think that she would benefit having a flight stand so she can rise above or whatever. This is not going to be how you really display them on the shelf. You'll probably display them in robot mode. And now let's get her into some final thoughts, guys. We've been here long enough. Some final thoughts on Windblade. This chick is so very swooshable, man. I'm going to have a blast, you know, just taking her on the route with me. She fits in most of her part. Heck, she might even go with me to Alaska next summer when we go on that trip up there with the fam. And I have very minimal space that I can take stuff. If I don't take all my new age with me, I'll definitely be taking her and B, because they can fit in most overhead compartments and are a lot of fun in general. I really do enjoy the detail work that's put into this. The only negative I got against her at this point is the lack of paint on the other side of these things. That's just way disappointing because it's so beautifully painted on this side. And the blue breaks up the red and whatnot, and the black, I just like the way it looks. Thanks again for watching my channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thank you again to all my subscribers. That's about going to do it for Transformers Legacy United Cyberverse Windblade. I really, really do highly recommend if you can get a hold of her. And so glad that Amazon decided to give us Christmas early. You guys have an excellent week out there. Stay safe this holiday weekend, guys. Take care of each other until all are one. Thanks again for watching.